Welcome to High Value Blueprint, where bold ideas meet real talk. Today, we're breaking down a controversial Kevin Samuels moment that's sparking debate across the timeline. Let's unpack it, challenge the narratives, and uncover the real truths behind the
That from the
conversation.
conversation. That only matters. Hold on. That only matters to men after we like what we see and after we like what we feel from you. That's it. So hold on. That only likes your PhDs and all that stuff matters after we like what we see and how we feel. Other than that, it's invisible. Hello? You're walking around, so I'll wait till you get in the light.
Yeah, I have my son, so I'm trying to get away from him. So
Okay.
hello.
So, okay. Hello, Howard. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm 32 years old. I'll be 33 next month.
All right. So we're talking about pretty privilege and all the traumas that women apparently deal with rather than their average or something. I don't get it. But go ahead.
You were breaking up. I couldn't hear you.
So we're discussing pretty privilege and the reality that many women are having to face today, that pretty privilege exists and where they rank and what they can expect to get.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is like the reality of the world right now. A lot of guys, they do go after how you look. But like the other girl stated when she was just on here, it does not maintain the relationship. You have to have more than just your looks, because looks will eventually fade. So
Who told you that?
that your looks will eventually fade.
Well, you said unfortunately that's the reality of the world today. Meaning what?
Meaning that men, they look at how you look. A lot of times when guys approach a woman is because of the physical attraction.
When have men never looked at how a woman looks?
When have men have ever looked at how a woman looks?
When have men ever picked women on a different level?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
You said, unfortunately, men today look at how a woman looks as if men are different today than they used to be. When did men not care about a woman's looks?
Oh, I can't answer that question. I don't know.
So why'd you say, unfortunately, today?
Because this is the world I live in today. It's what I've been experiencing.
But what are you
today.
comparing it to? But you said, unfortunately, today, comparing it to what?
I wasn't really comparing it to anything. I was just saying today, based on my experiences, women.
So let's say this. Unfortunately, bears eat salmon because that's just the nature of bears today. That would say that there was a time where bears didn't eat salmon, and then you're saying, oh no, bears have always eaten salmon. So it's not unfortunate. Men have always looked at a woman's looks. It's not unfortunate. Let's flip it. Unfortunately, today, women look at the amount of money a man can make and how productive he is to evaluate what kind of man he is. That's unfortunate because everybody gets old and everybody got hard times and things happen. You're going to start looking for a man that's not producing?
No.
Okay.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. I understand what you're saying. Maybe my word, unfortunately, kind of threw off what my point was.
I think the point was that men shouldn't be picking women based on their looks.
I wouldn't say that, because me as a woman, I definitely do want a guy that's successful. So I think everyone is entitled to decide what they want, what's the value for
Should
them.
a man choose a woman based on her looks?
That's okay. That's okay.
I said, should he?
Yes, I think that's okay, because when I date a guy,
should a man judge a woman based upon should a man judge a woman based upon her physique?
I think there's more to people than how they look, but I think initially that's probably what's going to.
Were you raised by your mother and father? Were you raised by your mother and father, or just your mother?
I was raised by my mother, and my stepdad came into my life when I was 8. So my father was never there.
Okay. Sounds to me like you don't understand men.
I don't.
And the
I've been trying.
well,
I've been trying.
well, stop trying to make men women. That's one of the biggest problems today. You guys try to make us you. We judge you based upon your looks and your physique. Accept it. We accept that we are success objects, so you need to accept that you're sex objects.
Sad, but I hear you.
Why is that sad?
Because it's something that's difficult to accept. It is. It's very
Then your mother
difficult
failed
for me
you.
to accept it.
Then your mother failed you. That's why it's difficult to accept, because you were raised wrong.
Probably.
Blame your mama. Because your mother and other generation, you chewing gum?
I am chewing gum.
You
Here,
got
take
a
it
bonnet.
off.
You got a bonnet back there too?
I just took my bonnet off. So.
No, I bet you do, but you still got that damn smoke detector going off. Goddamn. A single woman starter kit. All right. Blame your mama. Blame your mama. Because that's how men are. And today, so many women like you are sitting here waving your sanctimonious finger at men like we're wrong when your mama was wrong. Your mama should have told you, girl, get your ass in the gym and stay fit and be pretty, because that's what men do. That ain't what she told you, was it?
I mean, I don't really have these conversations with my mom, to be honest.
Then your mama failed you.
Yeah, but I learned it on my own, dating, making my own mistakes.
But your mom should have told you this. But your mama
I agree, but
didn't have no daddy in the house, so she was a single woman, living like a single woman mindset until your stepfather come on. So, stop saying how we are at cross purposes, and you came in talking about men as if something was wrong with us, and the problem with you and your mama and the women of your generation and your family. Your mother and your women didn't tell you that this is how men are, so you think we're wrong. Okay, well, then you ever ask yourself, as a black woman, because I've heard many black women say, I don't see why them white girls starve themselves like that. Why they in the gym and doing all this and doing that and da-da-da-da-da-da? Because their men like women who are fit.
Agreed.
Okay, so
Agreed.
let's back it back. You're 32?
Yes, 32 years old.
How old is your child?
He's 5.
And you and the father aren't married?
Nope, he's not even a part of his life.
Okay.
By his choice.
Do you want to be married one day?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you want more children?
I do. Maybe 1 or 2.
1 or 2. How tall are you?
5'2".
Dress size?
I wear a size 4, I think. 4 now.
How much you weighed the last time you weighed yourself?
136.
136. Okay. You got a kind of a fuller face then, I guess.
Yeah, but there you go.
Okay. I just said a fuller face. So the fact of the matter is, how men judge women is based upon your looks, your physique, and then if you have kids. Now, do you accept the fact that having a child out of wedlock negatively impacts your sexual marketplace value?
Yeah, I have. It took me a while to kind of like see that, but now that I've been dating, having such a difficult time dating, I'm like, I can see it. Yeah, but I also want to ask a question. It's kind of like deviating from.
But before we do that, you got to get back to that. But I'm going to ask this question. You said it took you a while to get around that. The women in your family didn't tell you having a child is going to make it harder to get married?
My mom did tell me to marry before having a child, but she, like I said, we don't have that relationship where she talks to me in that way. Okay. I'm from Jamaica, so I was raised a little bit different with tough love.
Yeah, but I think every group of women tell the women to get married before you have a kid. Yeah. So I don't understand why women seem to be so shocked that you can love your kid and your kid can be number one and well behaved and well mannered, but it's still a liability to men. But your question was going to be what?
I was having this conversation with my sister, and I tend to add value to myself because I am educated and I have my life together as far as like my finances. But we were having this debate where she's saying that men of high value don't really care if a woman have their finances together and stuff. So I wanted to know your thoughts on that.
We don't care initially. That's not the first thing we look at. You said you add value to yourself. Where would you rank your femininity?
I'm working on it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a very
So what would you rank it on a scale of 1 to 10?
right now, maybe average. I'm getting
Average
better
who?
at it.
Average who? Average for who? A black
Like
woman?
a,
Average
like a
for an
5.
Asian? Average for who? An Asian woman? A Middle Eastern woman? Hispanic woman? Average for who?
Maybe myself, I guess. I don't.
Average for what race of women? Come on, okay? What average for yourself? You know what feminine is? Where is average? See, that's a different average.
Like I dress feminine. I carry myself very feminine. I'm very
That's
feminine,
look.
but
I
I
say your
don't
femininity, not your look. Your femininity.
like
Be
how
honest.
submissive I am.
Well, that comes next.
Yeah,
But
I'm working on that. I'm
okay.
that was
So the
one of my
main
biggest.
thing, okay, the main things we want, men of value on is cooperation, submissiveness, and agreeableness, femininity. So I think it's funny that you said you add value to yourself. No, you're adding value for what you look for in a man, not what men look for in a woman. You were raised to think like a man.
Yeah, I got that before.
Well, then don't be surprised that you can't find the kind of men you think that you match with. Because if I'm asking you where your femininity ranks at 30 something, and you can't even, you're telling me average for whom? What college would you go to, a HBCU or a PWI?
I actually went to a community college.
All
I
right.
got my associates and I got my master's. I mean, my doctorate, my bachelor's from there, and I'm now working on my master's in at this college. It's just the online college.
Okay, you have a bachelor's in what?
Nursing. I'm a registered nurse.
All right. One of the professions that high value men tend to avoid, nurses.
Yep, I'm a nurse, and I'm going to school to get my master's in psychiatric mental health to be a nurse practitioner. So,
And I can tell you how many psychiatrists and how many actual psychiatrists and psychologists or doctors who are females would tell you this is the worst thing you could do.
really?
Trust me, I know lots of them. And every time one of y'all pop up, they say, "Oh my God, give her my number." I should tell you, yeah, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Yeah. And men don't want to date no psych. I mean, okay. Bottom line is this, but here's the difference. All that stuff is for who?
You mean the degree and stuff for me?
Yeah.
What I
Of
want to
course.
do,
Well, then that's what you're gonna have. Is you and your kid by yourself. That's what you're gonna have. You and your kid by yourself.
Okay.
You're not, because the things that men want, you say I'm working on it, but you're proud to talk about. I got my finances in order and I got my degree. Yeah, we don't care about that. And she said,
Hold on a second.
matter of fact, this is Ivy League graduate psychiatrist,
Okay, hold on.
female, and she's beautiful. And she said, tell him to run. Tell her to save herself. Pro-black woman.
Ooh.
I'm not going to tell so I'm telling you, look, you ladies need to understand that. I mean, you haven't been combative or argumentative, but you were raised to be a modern woman. And the thing is, if I put you in the room with the kind of men you think you match up with, see, the reality is this pretty privilege thing is not so much about looks as it is about class, social class. Women like you want men in a certain social class and an income bracket. And the thing is, those men tend to want women who are traditional, leaning, even if they weren't raised traditional. So to have your femininity in question is to have a low value for these men. Case in point, if there's a dinner party and the guys are over here having a discussion about politics or mental health or whatever, and the women are over here talking about whatever they're talking about, you'd probably want to be over here with the guys. True or false?
Probably true.
Put your dick up. So I said, your mother's failed you in the sense that they didn't tell you who men are, what we're like, that we are right, and we're supposed to judge you based upon your looks and your physique. No, now we call that chauvinistic and patriarchal and toxic. That's why men are saying French toast this. You can't try to criminalize men. That's why men don't even approach women. The birth rates are dropping because men aren't even approaching women like that anymore. And then you say I added value by having my finances. Those things would be valuable after you have your feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, feminine thing going. Mm-hmm. But the man has to pick you first. So
yeah, I have heard that before. I've heard that before, and I've been trying to work on, being as submissive as I can, because I am very.
Are you in a relationship?
I was in a relationship with my son's dad for 4 years, and then I was in another relationship for 2 years.
Okay.
But I've not been in
Why didn't you and your child's father marry?
To be honest, I think it's on my end as well, and his end. I don't think he was ready, and I was very aggressive. I didn't know how to.
So you didn't marry because what?
He didn't want to. He didn't want to, and we weren't a good match. We had a lot of disagreements.
Okay, but you got to know what my next question is going to be. Then why make a baby?
Yep.
Your child is how old? 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hope you're prepared to sit out of marriage for the next 13 years.
I'm not. I'm going to try my best, but I don't want to be not married.
Okay. But the reality is, ma'am, the man you chose to have a baby with, it was a choice. You couldn't even get it together with him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to marry you, or you were too masculine, combative, aggressive to be married.
I was too masculine, combative, and aggressive to be married to him at that
point. And that's the man you gave the highest honor a woman can give to a man in the world. Every man who comes after will get leftovers. Your womb is used. Mm-hmm. Every man knows coming after him that they will be your second choice at best. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to attract a high caliber man with options?
It might attract them, but I don't have a problem attracting men and dating.
You know
guys
what I mean? Let me. Do you think that's going to attract a high caliber husband for marriage?
I've been having a hard time with that, so I'm being very doubtful right now.
Because you couldn't get it with your child's father, and as of today, you said you've been working on it. With whom? Your femininity. Who have you been working on it with?
Well, myself, and I have a lot of guy friends who are.
You can't work on it. You can't work on it with yourself. Position heal thyself. You can't, ma'am. You can't work on it by yourself. See, let me say something that's gonna make hurt a little bit. You have a habit of keeping your hand in your mouth.
I'm nervous. That's
okay. I'm just saying. That's just bringing it to your attention. These are things that an etiquette coach or femininity instructor would bring to your attention. It's not ladylike. It's like the chewing of the gum and things like that. You don't even know what to look for. So my point is, the first thing you said is I added value to myself by getting my money together, my degree together, when the smartest thing you could do for the outcome you want is to get your femininity together. That's what you should be investing tens of thousands of dollars into. Getting that together, because the path you're on right now is to having a degree, job by yourself, alone, single income. See, in our community, our women are quicker to run to college and then get upset that men don't value, and then call men shallow and patriarchal and toxic because we don't want a female man. You can't do it by yourself. And your male friends, Are they heterosexual?
Yes. Yes.
Then they're not friends. Men and women can't truly be friends.
Hmm.
Who was that?
I'm sorry?
What was that?
In the background, oh, that's my little brother and my son talking. I'm sorry.
Okay. So my point is, femininity is best taught to women by other women.
Mm-hmm.
And our relationships are reflective. We attract what we are, right?
Right.
So if you're frustrated with the kind and caliber of man you're attracting, look in the mirror.
Change yourself. Mm.
Look in the mirror. Last question. Last few questions. Is that your natural hair?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Eyelashes?
No. Those are fake.
Stop that. Stop that. Doesn't do anything for you. Men today, especially the kind of men you're talking about, are extremely yeah. There used to be a time where women would do all that stuff, glamour shots, and kind of like, it's sad to see so many women today who honestly look like had drag queen level makeup. These big floppy eyelashes looking at me. Men don't. Have you heard men say they like that?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard men say, ooh, I think that's sexy. I want a woman with that.
No, I've never heard that.
Why do it? Do the things that we say we want. That's really what you should focus on. What do the kind of men you want say they want, and do that? That's what any good seller of a product would do. You don't go to a vegetarian, bohemian, liberal, Zen side of town and try to open a steakhouse. And then lastly, you got to figure out what's going on with the kid and all that situation, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult because that's just the reality, and you can't undo that. So, but it doesn't make. But here's the thing: I say all that because I don't want women like you to become bitter at men, thinking that something's wrong with men, and that's the trajectory. When you can't get the outcome, let's just say you may not be able to get the outcome you want. You can't blame men. You have to look at your choices. I chose to be a single mother. I chose to do these things. I chose not to get my femininity together. This, that, da, 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 da. So in the time when these choices were being made, I can't do it. Just like that one young lady who's in the Olympics and she's going to get kicked out for smoking weed, right? Mm-hmm. Whether we think weed is right or wrong is irrelevant. She knew the rules.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what Michael Phelps did or whatever. She can say whatever she wants, but if the Olympics happen and she's not able to run, ultimately she can never say 100% that I was done wrong. She had a chance. Mm-hmm. You got a chance. Focus on what the kind of men you want, not what you think we should get, because we are like women's looks and that, such and so forth. All right, have a good day, man. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Now, see, this is one of those women that actually give me a little bit of hope. She's 32, she's cute, she's feminine, and most importantly, she's willing to listen. You can tell she wasn't trying to argue or prove anything. She actually wanted to understand. And that right there, that's rare in this generation. But here's where a lot of women miss it. Your looks, your body, your appearance, that's what gets our attention. But your attitude, your behavior, and your morals, that's what keep us. Men are visual, that's true, but we don't stay just because you're pretty. We stay because you bring peace, because you bring balance. Because when a man comes home from the chaos of the world, you make him feel safe. And this woman, she's on the right track, but she's got to stay grounded. She said all the right things, she listened, but she's got to understand something. She may not attract a high value man, But she can absolutely get a good man, a hardworking, honest man, if she stays humble and keeps her attitude in check. Because see, high-value men, they look beyond the surface. They look for consistency, peace, character. You can't fake those things for long. And the minute a man senses arrogance or entitlement, it's over. What I liked about her, though, is that she wasn't combative. She wasn't trying to overtalk Kevin or twist his words like so many callers do. She actually took in the message. And that's the difference between women who grow and women who stay stuck. You can be confident without being arrogant. You can be feminine without being weak. You can be ambitious without being masculine. It's all about balance. And that's something a lot of modern women haven't figured out yet. So I'll say this. If she keeps that same energy, if she works on her mindset, her patience, and her humility, she's going to be okay. She doesn't need to chase high-value men. She needs to build high-value character. Because here's the truth. A man of value, whether he's making $60,000 or $600,000, wants the same thing: peace, respect, and loyalty. And the women who understand that, those are the ones that win. This woman has potential. She's got the right attitude starting to develop. Now all she needs to do is maintain that humility, work on herself, and move with grace. That's it. Kevin always said, men don't care about your degree, your money, or your independence. We care about how you treat us. And she's starting to understand that. If she stays on this path, she can find a man who's going to love her, not just for what she looks like, but for who she is when no one's watching.